in my wonderful shirt that I'm wearing right now, which is actually my sleeping shirt, I wanna uh, play a mind game or just share a thought. So imagine you having a conscious mind, a subconscious mind, and also something that's called the unconscious. Whereas the line between subconscious and unconscious is not necessarily quite clear, except probably the unconscious is just something that's a level deeper in terms of not knowing that it's there. And you have that, right? And now imagine that your subconscious mind is the fertile ground. It's the ground that you can clean and, like, take all the weeds out and plant, and that you do this on a regular basis. And the conscious is the person planting the seeds, right? The farmer, let's say, right? Now, if you do this act that a farmer does, that every year you have a time where you sow and reap, then you kind of clean out the weeds, right? Then you let the soil rest, you like prepare it so that it can then be implanted again. So in the spring, new plants get the chance to grow, right? And now when you plant a seed, let's say you plant a cucumber seed, you'll know exactly that if anything comes out of this plant, the seed, I mean, it's going to be a cucumber, right? You don't plant cucumber seeds expecting it to be tomatoes, right? Now, take a seed as a thought or a wish, a desire, right? Or even a fear. That can also work, because either anything that you fear or revere the most is going to be implanted into your subconscious mind as a seed to grow, because anything you think about is going to be some sort of food for, or some sort of seed to grow on the soil. And it can be a poisonous plant, it can be like just like any weed, it can be a beautiful tree, it can be anything that you want. And let's say you plant a tree for a car that you've dreamt of. How do you plant that seed, right? You do it simply. And now I'm going with the teacher that I'm listening to, a spiritual teacher, and his name is Neville Goddard. What you do is simply, as you're going off to bed, you imagine yourself what in your life would symbolize that you have that what you wish for. An imaginal act. It's all in your imagination. So let's say you want that car. What would be a sign for you having that car? It could be that, for example, in your mind you play that your friend tells you, "Hey man, you forgot your keys for your car," and throws you the keys of the car that you wanted, and you just play it in your head as real as possible, and you fall asleep in that assumption of having that, and trusting your subconscious, the soil, and entrusting that idea to grow into a beautiful plant. And if you have that absolute faith, that childlike faith, that whatever you plant onto that soil grows, it will actually grow and become real. Because why should the laws of our mind, of our conscious and subconscious, be different from the laws of a farmer, for example, or of the laws of any other kind of growth, right? What is important, though, is that we practice certain abilities or skills again, and that we develop certain skills that we have in us already, like absolute childlike faith. We've had that once before. Like knowing what it is that we want, knowing how to choose or how to articulate what we want, and then also practicing our imagination and our willpower, right? And our perception. But actually, imagination and willpower are the main two. So tonight, when you go to bed, maybe try it out. Try to go to bed and try to play in your mind a beautiful scene. Because if anything goes bad, this scene will have made you smile, and you will have fallen to bed with a smile, and it's scientifically proven that going to bed in a positive state, or any state, that state will be magnified in terms of, like, your mind will remember whatever happens 5 minutes before you go to bed most. So, and this helps you to, for example, if you had a bad day, to put the focus on something lighter that then will be influencing the main work in your head that's taking place overnight. Because as we know, at night our brain is most active trying to sort things out, and it can sort out a lot more than what you just perceived and what you think there is. But so much of that today. So, as you go to bed tonight, plant beautiful seeds that make you smile, and stay in faith of the soil that you've taken care of, or that you're taking care of, hopefully going to give you the growth of the assumption, the plant, the seed that you've chosen to put into there. Bye.